So here we have our first guest. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Kiki Smith. I was born January 18, 1954, and now I am 60 years old.
Interesting. So where did you grow up?
I grew up in New Jersey.
Can you describe your art? What style is it?
I take characters from stories and relate them. An example from the work is when I drew Alice from Alice in Wonderland petting a deer.
You must have been making art forever. What was your first artistic experience?
As a young girl, I used to make cardboard models with my father for his geometric sculptures.
What influences can be seen in your artwork?
Life, death, and resurrection are themes of my many installations and sculptures.
So where do you get your inspiration from?
I get my inspiration from Saint Genevieve and the patron of Saint Mary's.
What would you say makes your sculpture so unique?
In the 80s, I changed the tradition sculptures by creating them based on organs, cell forms, and the human nerve system.
Thank you for stopping by, Kiki. Our next guest is a very special painter. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Georgia. I was born on a cold day in November 15, 1887.
Where are you from?
I am from Perry, Wisconsin.
When did you pass?
I passed March 6, 1987.
And how old were you?
I was 98 years old when I died.
Wow, you lived a very full life. How old would you be today?
I would be 127 years old today.
You were a very skilled painter. Where did you study?
I studied at the Art Institute in Chicago.
Did you ever want to quit making art?
Of course not. Art is my life.
What's your favorite subject to draw?
Oh, I love to draw flowers. They're so beautiful.
Did you ever marry?
Yes, I married the love of my life in 1924, Alfred Stieglitz. Right?
Speaking of your husband, tell us more about your first gallery show.
I remember like it was yesterday. I met my husband in my early days when he was a photographer, and he set me up with my first gallery show ever in 1960.
Thank you, Georgia. I'm a huge fan of your work. Now on to our next guest. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Julie Ratson. I was born in 1970.
So, how old are you?
I am 44 years old.
So where are you from?
I'm from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.
So tell us about your education. Where did you study?
I received my BA from Kalamazoo College in Michigan in 92. I went back to college in 97 and earned my MFA from Rhode Island School of Design and Graphics.
So what are some of your inspirations?
I'm inspired by constructionism and futurism and movements.
So what material do you usually use?
I mostly use paint and lots of paint.
So what style is your art?
I love to create new narratives using abstract images of cities and distorted history of wars and geography.
What's an interesting fact about yourself?
I do art that looks big but gets smaller and smaller.
How long does it usually take to make your art?
It takes me weeks, sometimes months, to build the thin, translated layers, and it takes very long time to dry.
Thank you, Julie, for stopping by. Our next guest is a very unique artist. So what's your name?
Janine Anthony.
When were you born?
I was born on January 1964.
Where are you from?
I'm from a small island in the Bahamas.
Where have you studied?
I studied in college, and I also studied in Rhode Island School of Design.
What countries have you lived in?
I lived in the Bahamas and the United States.
Ooh, interesting. Where do you get your inspiration from?
Some of my work comes from everyday activities and divinities.
So, what style of art influences you?
I'm influenced by performance art and sculpture.
What media do you usually use?
My body is my most used form of media. Most of my day is turning everyday activities into art.
Do you sculpt?
Yes, my sculptures are so different. They are said to blur the line of art and performance.
What artworks are you best known for?
My works touch me more. I'm fairly well known.
Well, it's been a pleasure to have met you, Janine. So here is our next very talented guest. Tell us a little about yourself.
My name is Hannah Hodge. I was born in the great year of 1853.
Oh, have you passed?
I passed in 1978.
So how old would you have been today?
I would have been 125 years old.
Wow, that is very old. Where are you from?
I'm from Germany.
So where do you get your inspiration from?
Politics, equality, and current events are a big source of my inspiration.
What media do you use?
As a photomologist, I primarily make collages and I use lots of fashion magazines and editorial journals to do so.
What style is your art?
I'm part of the data movement.
What is your greatest accomplishment?
I'm a pioneer of the art called the photomolage movement.
So what's your favorite thing to do?
Do art and find my inner soul.
Have you ever collaborated with any other artist?
No, but I was admired by many contemporary artists such as George Gross.
Earlier you mentioned that you were a part of the Dada movement. Can you elaborate on that?
That's a thing that happened in Germany where you could do art of any kind. Other people of my time just used to rip pieces of paper and threw it down to make their collages, but I chose fashion magazines.
Thank you so much, Hannah. So what's your name?
Trenton Doyle Hancock.
When were you born?
I was born in the great year of 1974.
Are you still alive and working?
Yes. Yes, I am.
How old are you then?
I'm 40 years young. Thank you very much.
Oh. Where are you from?
Oklahoma.
So, did you study anywhere?
I earned my BFA at Texas A&M University and my MFA from Private School of Art at Temple University.
So what degrees do you have?
My MFA and my BFA.
Where else have you lived?
Paris in the United States.
What materials do you use?
Pretty much I use paint.
So you do your work on canvas?
Yes.
What style is your art?
My style of art is kind of based on the comic book look.
And do you have an interesting fact about yourself?
I paint mounds, which are half animal, half plant alien things.
Thank you so much for joining us, Trenton. And now we have our next guest. Can you tell us your name?
My name is George Sherrod.
And when were you born?
December 2nd, 1859.
So when did you pass?
March 29th, 1891.
How old would you be today then?
I would be 155 years of age by now.
Oh, that is a long time. Where are you from?
I'm from Paris, France.
Do you have any pieces in the museum?
But of course,
How long were you an artist?
till the day I checked out.
Ooh, that's very lucky. Do you enjoy drawing nature?
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about your art. What style is it?
My style is pointillism.
Which artwork put you on the map?
A Sunday of La Gras Gent.
What type of colors do you usually use when you're painting?
Nature.
So what accomplishments have you made?
I created the method of pointillism.
Why do you only use pure color?
The end of appearing blended by using pure colors on the canvas as tiny dots, creating an optical mixing or illusion.
What did you do when you were rejected by the salon?
I banded together with other artists and founded the Salon des Independents, a more progressive series of exhibits.
Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you, Georges. Thank you. And here we have another special guest. What's your name?
Diego Riviera.
So, Diego, when were you born?
December 8, 1886.
So, are you alive?
Nope. I was 71 years old, then I passed away.
When did you pass?
November 24th, 1957.
How old would you be today?
I would have been 128 years old if I were still around.
Did you get married or have children?
Well, I got married a long time ago to another artist named Frida Kahlo.
Where are you from?
Mexico.
How did you get into art?
I saw other people doing it, so I did it too.
Where do you get your inspiration from?
I get inspired from the history and future of humanity. Plus, I'm a Marxist, to politics influence me quite a bit.
So what media do you use?
As a mural artist, I use fresh plaster to create large murals called frescoes.
Ooh, that's really interesting. Have you ever collaborated with another artist?
Yes, well, with my wife and the WPA program at the university.
So what qualities make you special?
My big murals of plastic.
Thank you for all your time, Diego.